Hey guys, how's it going? It's really good to see you. I miss you guys so much, but I'm really excited that I get to do this with you because it's going to be an epic adventure of numerical proportions. So what that means is that we are going to do a numbers scavenger hunt. And this is great because it's going to be beautiful outside in the next coming weeks. And this will get you outside and looking for really exciting things. And these are things that you can find in your backyard or in the park or even in just a walk around the neighborhood. And you can do that with your brothers or sisters or with your parents or a nanny or au pair, whoever you want to do it with. It's going to just be a really exciting challenge. So let's get started. Now, of course, we're going to need to get our rugs. And I have a rug at home, my teacher rug at home. And I actually did a scavenger hunt already with my little boy today. And we had a really good time walking around Magnuson Park, finding all of our different exciting things and challenges. And I will go ahead and start with the first challenge. The first challenge is number 1, the pine cone. So we need to find one pine cone. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my rug, and I'm going to find one of the pine cones. Now, I found all of my stuff and I put it in my box right here, okay? So I found a couple different kinds of pine cones. There's lots out there right now, but the one that I thought was pretty cool was this guy. And it kind of looks like scales or maybe an armadillo, like some sort of armor, which I thought was pretty cool. So we've got this pine cone that we'll put with our number 1 challenge. The next one that we found was number 2. We're gonna have to find 2 ferns. Now, the ones that I found were the ones that you can find a lot in Washington. They're the needle ferns. And I made sure to pick the leaves that were already looking like they were kind of dying so that I wasn't gonna be hurting the plant at all. Because it's actually better for a plant if you take the leaves off that are dying so that all of the nutrients can go to the leaves and the parts of the plant that are alive. So I went ahead and I got these 2 fern leaves, 1, 2, to go with my number 2 card. Go ahead and put that down. Put both of my ferns down. And next is number 3, the dandelions. So there's a lot of these kind of just popping up in the grass. And a dandelion can either have that white sort of fluffy cotton looking top, or it can have a yellow top. And that's what I found today. Now granted, I got these a couple hours ago, so they're not looking as great as they did, but they look like this, just little yellow flowers almost. And I got 1, 2, 3 for my 3 dandelions. Okay, next I can imagine that you'd probably guess what comes after 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, 4 wood chips. Okay, now wood chips, they look kind of like bark, but you can find them on the ground, and usually you're in planters in different areas like that. They cover the ground, usually over dirt, and they just kind of keep that area safe and keep all the nutrients inside the ground. So I found some right outside my apartment building. I found 1 wood chip, 2 wood chips, 3 wood chips, 4 wood chips, right on top of the 4. Okay, well, let's see what the next challenge is. Next is 5 pine needles. Now this is a little tricky. You can see the arrow right there. Now I don't want the whole pine needle like with a stick on it. I just want the actual needles right there with the little arrows pointing to it. And so there's all kinds of needles out there too. All kinds of different trees that have needles on them. But the one that I found, this little looked like this. And I figured we could count them together. We could count 5 pine needles together. So let's do it. You can count with me at home too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pine needles. All right. Put that back here. Okay, let's see what's next. Next in my little bowl of numbers is 6 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flowers. Now these could be any flowers you see outside. In the colder months, it's a little bit harder to find really bright, vibrant flowers, but spring is coming, so there's definitely a lot of new flowers popping up. I just found these very little daisy they look like daisies, I could be wrong about that, but they're these little white flowers, look like this. And I found so many of them growing in the grass. And my little boy was very excited to find all of them. He put all of them in the basket, even though we only needed 6, so I've got quite a few in here. They are also not looking as good as they did a couple hours ago. So we'll go ahead and count these guys together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's see what comes next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 leaves. So the next challenge is to find 7 leaves. Now, there's all kinds of leaves out there. You can find 7 of the same leaves or 7 different leaves. I did a little mixy-matchy. I found a bunch of different kinds. Some are softer and some are kind of pointy. So I found this leaf, which I kind of liked. It had some pointy edges here, but not too pointy. So let's count and see how many I have. 1, 2, this one's a little softer. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 leaves. Okay, we've only got a couple left, or a few left. The next one is 8 twigs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 twigs. There's all kinds of twigs outside, right? I found a bunch, but I was actually shocked I found so many that were the same size. But you can find all different kinds. They're just basically sticks outside. Some are thick, some are thin, some are bendy, some are straight. There's all kinds. So let's see which kinds I found. I found one kind of thin, bendy one. 2 thin, straighter one. 3 kind of bendy. 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one is 8. This one's kind of short and stubby, a little different. So I found myself 8 twigs. Okay, let's see the next one. Okay, 9 rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rocks. So there are so many fun rocks outside. Some are like really big. You don't want to grab those. Let's go with those smaller ones that you can put in a little basket. You can just carry around a basket with you. It's really fun to actually do that way, because then you can put all of the stuff that you find in there, and then afterwards you can go through it all and organize it with your different number cards. So let's go ahead and count how many rocks I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one has a little dirt on it still. 6, 7. It's a little guy. 8, 9. 9 rocks. All right, we've got our last card here, the number 10. We're gonna find 10 blades of grass. So grass can be kind of tiny or it can be very long, and either one is totally fine. So they don't last very long though, so my grass is looking kind of sad, but hopefully it'll work out. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blades of grass. Okay. 1. This poor little guy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a few. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's pick a good one. 10. 10 blades of grass. That was a lot. That was a big scavenger hunt. So let's go through what we got real quick. We had 1 pine cone. We had 2 fern leaves. 3 dandelions. 4 wood chips. 5 pine needles. It's very tiny. You can kind of see them on there. 6 flowers. 7 leaves. 'All over my floor. 8 twigs. 9 rocks. Only grab a couple. I don't drop them all over my floor. And 10 blades of grass. So I can't wait to see what you guys find. Please, if you feel like it, take some pictures of all of the exciting things you see on your walks or on your exploration in the backyard or the park. And I can't wait to see you again. I'm gonna send a few more videos your way, and I can't wait to talk to you guys. Love you.